When the coronavirus struck Germany, it responded immediately with extensive testing. And so far, it seems to have paid off. Despite having the 5th highest number of infections globally, deaths have been kept significantly lower than in countries like the US, Italy and the UK.
Der Ausbruch ist Stand heute.
The outbreak has, as of today, become controllable and manageable again. I believe it's also very encouraging that as of April 12th, more people are recovering than getting infected.
But with the optimism comes trepidation. On Friday, Germany registered its largest increase in new infections in 6 days. Despite this, the government plans to reopen some shops next week and schools will resume on the 4th of May.
This is what a classroom for high school exams looks like. There is a student sitting at every third table and the teacher also has a clear distance, so nobody really has to come close to each other here.
In France, President Emmanuel Macron has joined the US and UK in criticising China's handling of the outbreak. He says it's naive to think Beijing has dealt better with the crisis than those in the West. But in the UK, it's the government under fire. A leading public health expert says it's likely the country will end up with the highest death rate in Europe. He says authorities acted too slowly, particularly with testing.
We're going to face further waves, and so we need to make sure that we have a system in place that can not just do a certain number of tests in the laboratory, but has a system at district and community level.
And the Swedish government is also in defensive mode following criticism it's mishandled the outbreak. So far, it's banned gatherings of more than 50 people and closed high schools, but it hasn't ordered a full lockdown.
The difference between the approach in Sweden and in other countries is not very big. It's mainly the tone that we deal with the thing. Rather than saying you need to stay at home, you're not allowed to do that and that, we're trying to explain to the population why this should be done.
With some European countries confident they've now reached the peak of their outbreak, some shops, like this florist in Paris, are being allowed to reopen. But it's a delicate balance for governments to handle, because easing restrictions too early brings with it the risk of a second rush of infections. Sarah Morice, TRT World.